Good.
Okay. So before we really dive in, we're going to go over a few rules, just like we do every time. Can someone name one rule from last time? Do you remember any of them? Yeah.
What have you done? I don't know
Rules
what
for
to
behavior.
No,
Yeah, we're not going to yell. No. Grace, do you have one?
no talking while you're talking.
Yes. We want to be super, super respectful. Xavier. You're right. We're going to be really respectful of me when I'm talking and your classmates when they're talking. Okay, and then the last thing I want is I want participation. Okay, so raising your hand, answering questions, doing activity. I have some sticks that I brought with me, and they have your names on them. So periodically, if I ask a question, I might call on someone to answer. Okay, this one would be John. All right, yes, Drew. You have sticks too? That's great. Well, I have my own, just in case. So today we are going to be talking about the Earth. Does anyone know what holiday happened last week? Yes.
Back it up.
Earth Day. You're right. So we're going to be talking about the Earth. This is Elsie. Do you know how to get this?
Oh, you need that to be on computer one.
Just your source. It's like version the grade is all the way open.
Oh, that's this. See, so you just have that. But you want it on the, come off of the computer.
So, oh, there we go. Okay. So Earth Day. Can anyone tell me what we see in this picture here? Nick? Can you tell me? It's a big footprint. You're right. What do you notice about it? Caleb? Does it look like a nice, like, mud footprint, or what does it look like?
Ellie, it looks like a
Like, yeah, like
this
dirt.
section.
What's this stuff here?
Crap.
Ellie? It's cracked. Do you think this is a good thing or a bad thing? Bad thing. Why is it bad? Yeah.
Because we want our world in one piece.
Yeah, we want our world to be in one piece, right? We want to take good care of it so that it's here for a long time. Okay, so last time I was here, we talked about food chains. This time we're going to be talking about the Earth, specifically something called pollution. Does anyone know what pollution is? Let's see. Megan. Do you have a guess?
Pollution is like, there's like a factory and smoke's coming out of it.
Yeah, it's anything that we put into our environment that is harmful or poisonous. Okay, so that's what we're going to be looking at today. Okay, so can you guys read this statement with me? This is our objective. So this is what we want to learn. Okay, ready?
I can describe negative effects humans have on the environment.
Okay, so by the time we're done, this is what we want to know. Okay, so this is our first picture. We're going to be looking at different elements of pollution that we see. Now this should look really, really familiar because you had it right in front of you. Okay, these are your notes. Okay, and what we're going to be doing is we're going to be talking about different types of pollutants that we see in this picture. And then we're going to be circling it on your notes with a specific color. Okay, so don't circle anything yet until we're all ready together. All right, and then the last thing we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing a demonstration up here. Okay, so go ahead and take a look at this picture. What do you notice about pollution in it? Let's see, Felicia.
The airplane.
The airplane. Awesome. Okay, do you guys see this airplane here? It's kind of hiding. But what I want you to do is I want you to take your orange colored pencil or crayon and circle the airplane. Okay, so circle the airplane. Do you notice anything else that uses gasoline specifically? Because an airplane uses gasoline. Sydney, do you notice anything?
The cars.
The cars, good. So there's one car here. How many are there? How many vehicles? 3. So we have 1, 2, 3. Go ahead and circle all of those. Yeah, it looks like there might be one in the background here. So if you want to circle that one, feel free.
What color?
Orange. This is all orange. Okay, so orange is going to represent oil. Okay, I brought with me a little bit of oil here in this little bin. Okay, this is actually vegetable oil, so it's not the same kind of oil as gasoline, but they're both still oil. Okay, so oil is harmful to the environment for a couple of different reasons. The first thing, I'm not sure who mentioned it earlier, but they talked about air pollution. Was that Megan? Air pollution. Okay, so that's the first thing, is it pollutes the air. The second thing that it does is if it leaks and it gets into habitats, it can be really, really harmful for animals. Okay, so I'm going to have Cade come on up here. Come on up. And Cade is going to pour the oil into our bin here. Okay? Yep, we'll lift it up. Go ahead and carefully take that and just pour it in. Give it 1 second, okay? Thank you. That's great. You can just sit it right down. Okay, so we put some oil in here. Okay, that's what we put into our little environment here. And we'll be adding more. Thank you, Kate. Okay, what else do we notice in terms of pollution about this picture? Michael, what do you notice?
The garbage bins.
The garbage bins. Excellent. So there are garbage bins here, and then do you know what's right next to that, Michael? Recycling bins. You're right. So there are recycling bins, which are really helpful for our environment. But then there's a lot of trash here. Way more trash than things that are being recycled, right? And so trash is a problem also. Does anyone have any idea why trash could be harmful? Carson. Yes. Yeah, that's a great point. If animals eat any kind of trash, that's not good for their system. Just like if we ate trash, that would be bad.
Even like bananas.
It's good for them.
Well, bananas wouldn't be trashed. We're not talking about things, great point, Michael. We're not talking about things that are just thrown out. We're talking about things that are man-made that are thrown out. So banana peel is fine, because the environment will just break it down, like our decomposers, remember? But if you throw something else out, like plastic or wrappers, things like that, those are much, much harder to break down. Okay, so this is the only thing we're circling for this one, and we're going to circle it with red. Okay, so go ahead and take your red marker or crayon or colored pencil and just circle the trash. Right there. Yeah, you don't have to circle the recycling bin, because that's good. That's a good thing. Well, hopefully they wouldn't do that either. Do you have a question, Brandon? The recycling in there? That's okay. If you got the trash in there too, that's fine. Okay. I need the Sabian to come on up here for our trash. Now we have 2 different things for this trash, so I'm going to let you do this one. What is this? Yes, this is a pop bottle. So this is plastic, which is man-made, so that's really hard for the environment to break down. And then I just left a little bit in there to stimulate just different things in the environment that just aren't good. Is it good for animals to have pop? Probably not. Okay, so we're going to pour that in. David, you can go ahead and pour that in, and then you can throw the bottle in there. Yeah, just drop it in. Perfect. Okay, and then we have a little bit more trash, because we throw away a lot. Riley, do you want to come on up front? Okay, so in this thing here, we have quite a bit of trash. So you don't have to touch it, but go ahead and just pour that right in. Okay? You good with it? Okay. Okay, so we've got a whole bunch of trash in our environment. Does anyone notice anything that's in here? Go ahead and raise your hand. Yes. There's a granola bar wrapper. Yeah. So do you think You're right, which is again plastic, right? Okay, and then one more thing. Drew,
A plastic bag.
a plastic bag, yeah. So I put a Ziploc in here. Looks kind of gross now, doesn't it?
No.
I put a Ziploc bag in there. But did you know that if you put this in there instead, this would take about 10 years to decompose. This little thing. Okay, so it can be really harmful for the environment. Okay, what's something else that we noticed about this picture in terms of pollution? Carter. Carter? Okay. Corbin. What do you notice about pollution? You can take a guess if you'd like.
Like in the background, there's like a factory.
Sure. Okay, so factory. So
By the tall building.
this one here?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's more of a skyscraper, but sure. So we can talk about buildings, all right? So now, what is in every building that it might have that would be harmful for the environment, or that it might do? Okay, let's see. Ethan, any idea? We might need some hints for this one. What about what? Which would be what?
Energy.
Electricity. Awesome. So there's electricity, and then there's what else? Brendan. In the winter, we have heat. We have heat. Heat is an energy source, and then we have one more thing. Shalaya. One more thing. Whoop. In the summertime, it's really hot, so we turn on the air conditioning. Thank you. Okay, so there are three things that happen in buildings. So we have our power lines here. That's like our electricity. And then we have our house. We have stores. And then, like Chloe pointed out, we have all these little buildings in the background. Okay, and they all take up energy when they use electricity or heat or cooling. Okay, so now how that works is they actually have to burn things called fossil fuels. So they burn things like coal or like natural gas, and when they burn it, it helps create those sources of energy. Okay, so I'm going to ask Grace to come on up, and Grace is going to pour in our object for this. Okay, so this is little ash, like when you burn a fire. Okay. There's ash. Okay, so in the same way we burn, I'm not sure how it turns white, but it does. Isn't that interesting? So when you burn things, though, it helps create heat and coolant and electricity. It helps create the energy to make those things possible. Okay, so we're going to pour this in, and then when we're done pouring it in, I want you to go ahead and circle those things that we talked about using blue. Okay, so power lines and buildings are blue. Okay? Great.
Do we circle the house?
Yes. The house, the buildings you see, the power lines. Okay. How's this looking? Does it look like we take very good care of our earth? Yeah, we're kind of struggling, aren't we? Okay, so there's one more type of pollutant in this picture. It might be a really tricky one, but Caleb, do you know?
Like the building in the background. Can I go there?
Sure. Come on.
Oh,
Yeah, we're going to circle this with the blue, because this is going to use heat and cooling and electricity.
So she's
And then we circle this. And power lines. And the house. And then any little buildings you want down there. Okay, those are all blue. Okay, I'm going to give you a hint for this last one. It probably isn't going to look like a pollutant, because it looks kind of invisible. So I'll tell you where it is, okay? It's in a place where there's a bunch of green. Elijah, do you know where that would be?
Is it?
What's green in this picture? You can point it out up here. Sure. What did you point to here? What's this? What's this?
Grass.
Sure. Grass, crops, vegetation. So all of this grass, okay, we see here, we see this nice manicured lawn, is what we call it. Okay, it looks so nice. Look, there's no weeds in it. It doesn't look like any bugs have eaten it. So basically, what we're talking about here is sometimes we spray things on our grass or on our crops that kill the bugs. Okay, and although it's good that it kills the bugs for us, it's really not healthy for the grass or for any animals that might eat the grass or the crops. Okay, so you can think of pesticides, is what they're called, as like bug spray for the lawn. Okay? Okay, does anyone have any idea what word we see within this word? Go ahead and think about it for a minute. Sarah, do you see any words within that word? Do you have a guess? Do you want to call on a friend to help you out? The word pest. Awesome. Okay, so pest is another word for like a bug. Okay, so this is how we can remember this term pesticide, because it's for pests. Okay? So our representation for this one is going to be bug spray, because it's like bug spray for the lawn. Alright? So I need John to come on up.
Is that bug spray for the lawn? Because it looks like that would cover all of
This would be bug spray for me, but we're pretending that it's a pesticide, which is like the bug spray for the lawn.
spraying yourself so bugs
Bug spray for you is okay. You shouldn't breathe it in, but it's okay for you. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and squirt it 20 times in here.
don't feed them bugs.
Awesome, thank you. Okay, how does this look?
It looks like a chocolate shake.
You think so?
Yeah.
It's like I don't know about this.
Ice cream. Looks like cookies or ice cream. Looks like milk and ice cream.
Alright. Do you have a question, Drew?
Yeah, why did you say to not breathe in?
Well, when you put on bug spray, you probably shouldn't breathe it in, but it's okay to use bug spray.
Why is it bad to breathe in?
It's just a bunch of chemicals, that's all. Okay?
Would it hurt you?
It could if you breathed in a whole lot of it, but we don't typically do that. But it's mostly bad for the lawn. Okay, so we're gonna circle the lawn here with the green. Okay, so the green marker or colored pencil or crayon, we're gonna circle that. Okay, and then go ahead and make sure your name is on the top, and then I want you to pass it in. Do you have another question? Well, we talked about that earlier. He's talking about this little thing here. We're not totally sure what that is. It could be some kind of vehicle, maybe a train. If you want to circle that with the orange, you can, but you don't have to. Okay, Drew, do you have another question?
What would the chemicals do to you? Would it?
I really don't know. That's a great question. Good question. Okay, go ahead, write your names on it, and then I want you to pass it into the middle. Okay? And then middle person, go ahead and deliver it right up here. Say if you have a question for us. The green is the lawn. So this is our pesticide.
Is that why it's green?
Go ahead and pass it to the person in the middle. So that would be Elijah, Shalea, Drew. Okay? Kara would take it and then go ahead and bring it up front. Excuse me. We are not talking right now. I can't even hear Caleb. Okay, we need to do this silently and quickly, please. Yes.
Why do we circle things certain colors?
We did it so that we would remember which pollutants, or that the pollutants are different. Okay? That's why I did that. Okay? Alright. So now we're going to have a quick little guessing game. Okay? So we're going to read this quick. I'm going to read it out loud and then we're going to guess. Thank you, Drew. Okay. So if you eat meat a few times a week and eat dairy daily, so like daily glass of milk, you maybe have chicken chicken or beef or a hot dog, any kind of meat. If you eat processed food or food that is not grown locally, so about 3/4 of your food, then you would be in this category. Produce an average amount of trash. Live in a house that has running water and electricity. Have 3 people living in your home. Travel 1 to 50 miles per week in a car, so this could be your parents. If you travel 5 to 25 miles a week in a bus, you take the bus to school. And if you fly 0 to 4 hours per year on a plane each year, then how many planet Earths do you think we would need for everyone on the planet to live like you? I want you to go ahead and show me with fingers, show me how many planet Earths we would need if every single person lived like this. Just guess. Okay? Okay, so the answer is 5.3 planet Earths would provide enough resources. That's a lot, isn't it? So when we live the way we do with this, that's what we're sacrificing. Is people who do not necessarily have enough resources to live the same way that we do. So that would be a problem. And then on top of it, when we live that way, we create a lot of trash, which can be really, really harmful. Actually, we're just about to talk about that. We're going to talk about water now. Okay, so what if I took all this trash that we did here and I poured it into some water? What would happen? We're going to do it right now, but we're actually going to pour water into it. So I have a bunch of water here.
It's gonna float, maybe. I think.
Okay. How many people would not drink this water?
Michael?
If this is what you needed every single day, you would not drink this. Because this would be really, really gross, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Think of everything we put in there. We put pesticides in there. We put ash in there from burning a bunch of stuff. We put a bunch of oil in there. And then on top of it, we put a bunch of trash in there. Okay? So when we pollute different water systems, this is what we're asking animals to drink. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and take a look at this picture. Okay, so let's go ahead and name the 4 types of pollution we talked about. We have pesticides, and then what other kinds did we talk about? Gracie, name one other kind. All the pollution we just put in there, the things we circled on our papers, just name one other type. Gasoline, good. So oils. Okay, name one more. Caden. Caden not here today?
No, he's right here.
Oh, okay.
Coal?
Coal? Yeah, awesome. Because we talked about burning different substances. So we're going to say different kinds of energy. And then we'll put coal in there. Okay, and then there's one more type. Drew, do you know it?
No.
Recycling.
Recycling, or if it doesn't go in the recycling bin, then we put it
In the trash.
the trash. Good. So we're going to say trash or litter.
Litter.
Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to see if we can find these 4 different types of pollutants in this picture, okay?
Oh, this can be
So let's see. Kaya, can you tell me one? Where do you see one?
I see lots of garbage floating along
Right here?
yeah, and floating along the river.
Yeah, so lots of garbage everywhere. What do we think that garbage would do when it's put in the water? Do you have any ideas, Kaden?
I do.
Let's see. Raya, sorry. Do you have an idea? What do you think it would do if we put a bunch of trash in here? Do you see anything down here that might help you out?
A dirty bunch of animals?
Yeah, do you think that would be good for them? It can actually be poisonous to them if they ingest plastics and other types of trash. If they eat enough of it, that can be poisonous. So, Andrea. You see a ship. Awesome. So what kind of pollutant would this be a part of? Which one of these? Gasoline, yep. So now what happens if gasoline leaks out of the boat and gets into the water? You know? Great. Yeah, it could get on them and that would be ugh. What else could happen? Andrea. Any idea what else could happen if there's oil in there? Think about it like this. Animals need to drink water, and if there's oil in the water, that could also be poisonous. Okay, go ahead and name something else. John, where do you see another one of these? So we did oil, and we did trash. So do you see either of these anywhere? They're all in there. We talked about the boat. That was part of the gasoline. What about, do you see any buildings in this picture?
No.
Do you see anything coming from the building?
Oh, I see one.
I do see a building.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, and what's happening?
The ends.
Yeah, you see how it's like orangish? Those are pollutants coming from the factory. So some of those might be oils, but we also talk about ash and other kinds of different waste that's coming right into the water. And what would that do to animals? What would that do? Let's see. Hayden.
Kill them?
It could. It could be poisonous to them. It could make them sick. Okay, like we talked about with the oils, it could get on them. Okay, it would be dirty, and that would be difficult to see. And then Gracie, we're looking for one more. We're looking for pesticides. Anything with that? What is a pesticide? You remember? It's like bug spray for the lawn, right? Or for crops. So do you see anything that's like crops or agriculture, anything with vegetation in this picture?
Mm-hmm.
Any kind of plant. The tree. Okay, so you see this tree here? Pesticides can also be used on trees to prevent bugs from eating them, like for fruit trees and things like that. So do you see how it's like greenish here? You see that? Just a little bit, right? And so what would happen if some of those pesticides leaked into the water? What would that do to animals? Carson. That could kill them also. Yep. So all of these are really bad, aren't they? For all of these, we talked about they could get sick, they could die, it could be poison, it makes them hard to move, right? So that's for animals, but what can it do to other things? Okay, so that's going to be if they drink the water, right? But what happens if these kind of things get into the soil, like over here, and more plants grow? What would happen? What would happen there? Any ideas, Kara? the soil. What kind of living thing needs soil? Plants, right? Plants get a lot of their nutrients from the soil. So if the soil is polluted, what might happen to the plants? Uriah? What might happen to the plants? If they're taking in that soil and that soil has pollution in it, what might happen? What would happen to the tree? Yeah, it wouldn't be healthy, would it? It would be kind of a sick plant, right? Plants can get diseases and they can get sick also. So then last thing we're going to tie in, so what if this little plant grows right here, and it's an unhealthy plant, and it has pollutants in it. And then, let's say Mr. Seal over here decides he wants some plants to eat. So he goes swimming over here and eats that. Then what happens? Ethan? Yeah, then that would make this seal sick. So now we have water that's all yucky, and the water makes the soil yucky, and the soil makes the plants yucky, and then the plants make the animals sick, right? So these are the effects when we have different kinds of pollution, especially if it gets in the water. Okay, where are we at? Okay, so we're going to take a look at a few more pictures here. Okay, these are examples of what can happen with different kinds of pollution in the water. So will someone go ahead and name one type of pollution they see Drew? One type of pollution you see demonstrated up here.
A seal has plastic around it.
Yeah.
That's an atom.
And what do you think would happen if there's plastic around your neck, Ellie? Yeah, it could choke it, it could hurt, it could make it harder to swim, right? So this is one example of what could happen with trash in the water. What else do you see in pictures, Caleb?
I don't know what it is. What it's trying
Down here?
Yeah, it's trying to eat like hot water.
It's trying to eat a hot bottle. Okay? Animals, some of them are very smart, but some of them are not. And some of them might see this little thing here floating in there and say, well, that looks like it could be breakfast. And they'll eat it. Okay? And if they eat it, what happens when they eat it? We just talked about this, Elijah. They could choke. If they actually get it down, then it could make them sick, or it can even kill them. Okay? You have one more comment? Okay. Well, we're gonna let someone else go ahead and do that. Okay, Sydney.
I think it's a elephant.
This one here?
Yeah.
What's happening
It's
there?
an old one. It's like it's kind of covered in oil.
It's covered in oil, you're right. So this is actually from the BP oil spill. You guys might have been young, too young to remember that, but what happened was they were drilling in the water, in the ocean, and they accidentally drilled a hole, and the hole leaked, and it leaked all this oil into the ocean. And so what happened was there was so much oil that leaked that they had tons of animals that were completely covered. Okay? Which meant that one, it was hard to do. Do you think he could fly like that? Oh no. No. So he's super dirty. He can't get clean. Because oil and water don't mix. And so that means that if he's covered in oil, he needs some kind of soap to help get that off. If you just rinse it off, it's still going to be there. So he can't get clean. Pelicans don't have soap, right? He can't get clean. He's super dirty. He can't fly. And then on top of it, where is it else? It's also covering his beak, his mouth, yeah. So he's also swallowing this stuff, okay? Which ultimately is poison for him. So we have this picture here to represent what he would look like without the oil. So this is what he normally looks like. And after the oil spill, this is what he looks like. Okay, Drew, do you have a question?
Do seals breathe by air or?
They do. Yep, they're mammals, so they breathe air. Grace, do you have a question?
I was going to say something about the hot oil.
Sure.
And if they like chew it up, it could like have like sharp parts and like cut their inside.
Yeah, it could do that too, which would be really painful, really hard, wouldn't it? Okay. All right, so what we're going to do next is we're going to have a quick quiz, okay? It's pretty brief. So here's one of the quizzes right here. So what you're going to do is you're going to get a sheet. It looks like this. The first part is matching. So there's the 4 types of pollution that we talked about listed right there. So oil, energy, like heat, electricity, trash, and pesticides. So you are going to match it with a brief definition or description on the other side. So just draw lines, go ahead and match it. Okay? And then after that on the bottom it says, now explain how this pollutant affects the environment. Why is it bad? You may choose to write your response below, or you may choose to draw your response. If you choose to draw, then you must label everything in your drawing. Okay, so this is what I want. I want you to take a look at the pollutants you see here, and I want you to pick one of them. Okay, so you could pick one of them, and then you could circle it, draw an arrow, just write it down in the bottom so that I know which one you picked. Okay, and then I want you to tell me how it affects the environment. Okay, so how does oil or gasoline affect the environment? How would that affect animals or people or water? How about the energy, the electricity, trash? How could that affect it? Or pesticides, okay? And then when you're done, there's little directions on the bottom. It says, when you are done, you may turn the sheet over. Follow the instructions on the back. When you're done, you're going to turn it over. Okay, and this is going to measure how well we learned our objective. Okay, so I'm going to put our objective on the board right away. Here's our objective. So I want you to circle a smiley face, a frowny face, or an unhappy face based on how well you feel like you learned this. Does that make sense? Okay, go ahead and pass that right away. Do you have a question, Caleb?
Can we do this in the park?
Nope, this needs to be done by yourself, but thank you for asking.
I know a good
Michael, go ahead and take one and pass it. Okay, I'll come back to you. Take one and pass it. This is to be completed in silence, please. Okay?
explain. I think we're having a little difficulty with number 2.
Okay. So I want you to explain how it affects the environment. So I want you to pick one of these, okay? And then if you'd like to, you can go ahead and pick either soil, animals, or plants. And tell me how one of those affects this. Okay?
So you can say, how does trash affect animals? Or how does gasoline affect plants?
Yep.
And just explain that. So one bad effect, negative effect that something has. You only have to pick one, but you're not drawing pictures. It says explain.
You can draw a picture, but if you draw a picture, then I need you to label it.
Very
Okay, so
careful.
label what's
Very
happening in the picture, but the picture has to tell me how one of these could affect one of these. You may need to do that. If you drew a picture, then it just needs to be labeled so that I can understand how it affects you.
Caleb, how many times do you go up to Mrs. Battles and say, I'm finished? Is that what we do? No. So we don't do it to Miss Dermott?
If you get done, actually, Kaylee, go ahead. If
Did
you
you
get
do the
done,
back?
there's an optional section on the back. So if most of the class is still working, there's this little bit here that says, tell me something interesting you've learned, draw a picture of another pollutant, write any questions you have. Okay, so if there's extra time, you can do that. If you don't have extra time, you don't have to. All right? On the back, it's not how much you liked it, it's how much you think you learned this. Okay, so if you think you learned this, you're going to circle the smiley face. Yes. You can do that if you have extra time.
The best you can.
We've got about 2 more minutes to wrap up, okay?
Actually, Mrs. Battles is here.
Okay. So as soon as you are ready and it's completed to the best of your ability, go ahead and pass it into the middle, just like we did for our other notes, okay? So pass it into Elijah, Shalea, Drew. Okay? Thank you for learning today. Thank you for having me.
I'm assuming there were no shenanigans and people as well.
It's fantastic.
Good,
Yep, they should be really proud of themselves.
good. Just your textbook right now. Just your textbook right now. Read book, please. What did you? Why am I hearing voices like that?
Great, great, great. Thank you.
Let's go. Riley, come on. Don't just sit there. Get out your textbook, please. I have told you. I will tell you when I tell everyone. I wrote a 3 up there. Who can tell me why I wrote that big number 3 up there? Why did I write that big number 3 up?